Yo, what's up? Oh, hey, my doodles. Welcome in. How's it going? Good, good. Glad to hear it. Since you're the first one here, you got any requests for me to draw? I was just gonna do anatomy stuff until people have an intense, burning desire for me to draw something specific. But otherwise, I'm just gonna draw stuff from Pinterest and see what's up. I do hit those. Those are good. I'm trying to work with either perspective or like very dynamic poses that accentuate anatomy. Could be both, but I'm trying to do like trying to avoid clothes if I can because I don't get too much actual anatomy practice. I like when people wear the like flesh toned garments so that it blends with them and I can actually see the musculature and bones and everything for landmarks. A lot of martial arts people, a lot of like combat, knives, swords, those people are really good at it. Mm, like this one. There we go. I really don't know. To be fair, do whatever you want. Perspective is worth practicing. I appreciate you giving me that creative freedom. I'll just draw this one. Ooh, what is happening? Odd. Alright, let me find a good brush though. It's gonna be darker. Or do I want something that's. Yeah, it's pretty good. Let's do that one. Also, I apologize, my computer's lagging like crazy. So hopefully, I'll be able to keep up with chat. And hopefully you don't lose me. Shouldn't be doing details yet. So, shoulder. Of course, since it's just you and me, you've been working on anything fun? Trying to make sure that people are also inspired to be making things alongside me. God, I totally get it. Because it is time consuming, and I keep trying to find time or the inspiration, and I just don't get it sometimes. It sucks when you're not inspired to make. Move stuff around. It's the general vibe. Oops, not what I wanted. OBS is showing that I'm like off the screen on the borders a little bit. Weird. So tough. Thank you. I just started. I promise it gets tougher. Dude's jawline is crazy. Get too into the. I always do this. I end up getting too into the details before I actually. Face in the right perspective. I also need to make sure that my that's correct. Right in that area. It's like mouth, nose. Actually, his nose kind of juts out. His cheek is pretty. His silhouette is pretty good. Nope. Hair. It's not thin, but it's like when you dry your hair after a shower. He's in the shower, or just fresh out of the shower. When your hair's just kind of like clumped together in little strands. That's what it looks like. I was gonna say stringy, but it's not stringy. But very defined strands. That's something else I need to practice is hairstyles, because I really only do one hairstyle for the most part, and it's just my hair. So I need to get more comfortable with drawing other people's hair. I don't do like women's hair longer, like wavy hair. I just don't play enough with it. All right, sorry. I'll check back in with chat. What's up? Nothing. All right. Just making sure. I think my issue, his back arm is a little smaller. Trying not to be too precious about this yet. It, he's making a really strange pose in that his head is, oops, his head is really stretched this way. Probably too far. Or maybe I just made his torso too big in reference to like this gap. Sometimes you got to look at the shapes to get a full idea of the pose. You look at the silhouette as well, the shapes that the gaps make. So I'm looking at this shape that his arm is making with the gap is in his torso. And I think it's just a matter of his arm is a little bit smaller than I made it. I think there's just more bicep there. Probably more forearm. Probably stretch it instead. Ish. Head was a little lower and farther from the torso. His neck is pretty stretched. Like there. Okay. A little better. Uh, this guy's got some good abs too. Awesome. I hate when my tablet just automatically decides to turn my touch screen on without my authorization. Give me a moment to fix that. Okay, should be fixed. Too specific. Too soon. That's my problem here currently. Maybe I just need to give him his butt over here behind his arm. Nah, I do need this torso to be more effectively scrunched to get that perspective. Like it's weird for me to consider that his belly button is dictating a lot of the perspective here. I need to also make his chest a little lower over here. Too low. Over there. His obliques are nuts too. Got like that asymmetrical ab thing going on where they're like staggered. I don't know if that's just because of the way this perspective is, or if it's because of the way his anatomy is, but it's okay. We're doing an observation. And I've definitely overshaded on his abs. I'm just trying to get a good layout of where they're going to be. But I think that has corrected the perspective in a way. I'm going to get rid of some of these shake and scratch marks. Keep the eyes. I shouldn't have done the hair yet. The neck needs to be a little bigger. Yeah, there we go. I always make the head either too big or too small. I need to be better about my perspective and my proportion. Hello, welcome in. What is up? Um, Perspective or that proportionality is pretty good. Big. Be a little bit higher up on his face. Here. Hmm. There. Just need more room for his lips. Yeah, I need to do better. That he just has a really nice deep chin. There. A little bigger. Something like that. Detail on his when it's going to be covered by here. Starting to look like Aaron Yeager. I don't like Aaron Yeager. shouldn't start doing details on this layer. I should lay this out better, make sure that everything's in better perspective, and then I should render from there. Why would you tell me that Tim Curry died today? I don't need bad news. Why would you tune in to tell me that? That's crazy. Hi, how are you doing today? I'm doing great. How are you? Other than Tim Curry dying, apparently. We lost Dolly Parton yesterday, and we lost Tim Curry today. What the hell? Or was she 2 days ago? I don't know. Either way, sucks. Sorry, my phone's blowing up. All right. Ah, why are we dinging at me? What the hell is happening? I I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my computer keeps dinging at me every time I do a shortcut in Photoshop. I think it's because it's lagging, and so it's reading different inputs that I'm not hitting. You guys don't care. It's fine. As long as it's not bothering you, it does bother me. Okay, it's not. Okay, I'm gonna be a little more loose with this. This should not be lagging this much. This is a very low, low cost brush. Does not have that much detail. I have to factor that in when I'm drawing, because there are certain brushes that have textures that will just demolish my CPU. Oh my god. Oh! Oh! Kept changing to the zoom tool very specifically against my will. Plans are being made. Okay. Hmm. Get these lips right. Gotta make them the proper amount of kissable, you know? Zoom in. No, no, I don't want to search in AI. No, I don't want to use your stupid Pinterest AI bullshit. Just like to zoom in on the image, please, and thank you. Oh, that's why it looks silly. I got the perspective wrong. See, this is why we go back. This is why every time you draw something, don't just do the line work, right? You gotta do the line work in reference to the image. You can't just use your image as reference. I now it's not the silhouette of his lips, it's the silhouette of his jaw, and then his bottom lip does jut out a little bit. Just a smidgen. And they flatten out, so then they're not yet. Better. Actually, I am going to move his mouth up a little bit, though. Because I think the proportion of his face is correct. Actually, I might go a little lower. There we go. His jaw is pretty sharp. Actually, his jaw goes a little bit lower. We get this side by side when I'm done. I just don't want to trace, you know? Nothing wrong with tracing as long as you are learning and not claiming it's yours. You gotta make sure that when you trace, you're actually learning. You don't want to just trace for the sake of making stuff. You know what I mean? Because then it's essentially the same idea as like AI, where it's like the final product is not the answer. The practice is what's making it worth it. Maybe I'll just bring his ear up. Give me some more room on his jaw. Um, you want to be practicing always, especially if you're tracing. You don't want to just trace somebody else's work or just trace anatomy. Um, it can be helpful when you're starting out, but I think I'm at a point where I'm probably okay to just be drawing from observation, unless I'm really struggling with some pose. Like this part is a little less round, it's a little more square. Because of the perspective. Nose, get that What is that called? Frenulum? Uh, I want to get this right. Golly, I love when my computer lags. Making sure it's gonna work. Okay. So we've got. His nose actually comes down a little bit more this way, and that dictates where his frenulum is. I think it's frenulum. Correct me if I'm incorrect. It's got like this triangle here, pretty defined. It's like the middle of his lip. This way. Up just a smidge. And there. It's got like a deep smirk, but not quite. Receded a little bit. Up and down there. Like I'm trying to make sure that it's not a frown, but it's not a smile. And based on the perspective, with the curvature of his head, his mouth is curving, but it's not into a smile. Very specifically. Yep. I'm making it look like he has an underbite, and that's not correct. I don't know why I always struggle with the lips, but this is why we practice. it has to do with the shading as well. He's got a highlight on his lip that's. I'm making excuses. I'm trying to go with shapes. Where it's this. This. Actually helped a little bit. I have the anatomy correct. I think I have the perspective off. This is why it's important that you're self-aware when it comes to drawing. You have to be able to critique yourself and be honest so that you can see what the problem is. And if you can identify your problem, then you're halfway through. The rest is just correcting it. I also need to thin those out because I made the silhouette too much for sure. Very specifically, the transition is not a harsh line, it is a color. It's a tone. Like the skin tone is the same, it's just the saturation of the lips versus the skin. Anyhow. This honestly, I think this cuts all the way through. I think this side of his face just goes and hits the bottom lip. Very specifically just that it's recessed back. A little bit better. Smirk he's got going. I don't know. It's crazy that like if you don't get certain facial features right, it's so obvious, and it's why people spend so much time on like eyes and noses and mouths, and it's because we are trained to recognize the human face so well that if something's slightly off, we pick up on it all the time. Draw a razor bill bird, Loki. Okay. I love and hate digital art. Yeah, my computer's lagging right now and it's making me hate it. Hi, how are you? I'm good, how are you? Hi, welcome in. Sorry, I was locked in. Hopefully you guys are still here. Uh, razor bill bird. Okay, let's find a razor bill. Ooh, very pretty bird. All right, I'll give you some options as to which one I should draw. If you're not here anymore, I can't draw it. Them's the rules. Okay, cool. Just showed up. Same. I was distracted by my own art, but I'm glad I could still show up. Yes, I am doing requests. Although, if the Undertaker is here, they have made a request, and they better still be here if they want the Razor Bill to be drawn. I'll give them like 30 seconds, and then I'll start drawing a Razor Bill if they tune in. Urge Cross. I am doing requests. If you have anything, you can line one up, and we'll see what's up. I was just drawing anatomy stuff in the meantime. Razor Bill going once. Razor Bill going twice. I don't know if I could give one myself. Let you draw a lesbian couple from one of my Pokemon Mystery Dungeon stories. Two Pokemon OCs. Are they Pokemon? I can draw Pokemon. Oh, I just realized I didn't turn my DVD player on. Yeah, they're Pokemon. Okay, which Pokemon? I can draw them. I'll draw them kissing. I'll draw them holding hands. I'll draw them going on an adventure. Whatever you want. I'm not gonna get too detailed with it though. I hope you don't expect too much. I'm just trying to do some some quick stuff. A Dragonite and a Flygon. Oh, it's so cute. I used to love Flygon, and I did not know for the life of me how to get Flygon. Like, seeing a Trapinch, I was like, there's no fucking shot that's what turns into a Flygon. So it took me forever to figure that out when I was a kid. You can send them in the Discord if you're in there. That's about all I can think of for you to send me stuff. You do have to make sure that you, when you go into the Discord, you have to answer all the questions to be able to submit stuff, and just put it in the OC sharing channel, and I'll find it. Discord link should be in the description. Oh, Twitch, it doesn't have it. Let me see if I can find that for you. Actually, I can just do a one-time. I'll make a new one. I don't know if it's gonna let me send one. It's gonna be interesting. Copy that. That'll expire in 30 days. Oops. Twitch chat. There we go. Ow. I don't want to have to sign. I'm making me sign up for my own Discord. I'll just go onto my. See what happens. Nah. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull this up on Discord. Or sorry, on Twitch. Does not appear that the Undertaker is going to be here for me to draw the Hornbill or Razorbill, so unfortunately. There we go. Okay, that's muted. I just want to make sure you're not going to hear me twice. Sketch one of these Razorbills real quick, just for fun, while you're doing that. Oops. I like... Oh, that's a cute one. I want to do better at birds. Identifying birds by their call and by their appearance, because I really enjoy birds and bird watching. I don't think I'm going to go out of my way to do, like buying all the equipment and stuff, but got a sharp beak. Probably because they're called the Razorbill. I mean, the name was probably assigned because of their beak. I don't imagine that somebody willed that into existence. Very cute. It's like a puffin almost. They got cool feet too. Dang. They got webbed feet too. They must be aquatic of some kind. Did that Discord thing work? Sorry, let me double check my chat. No burb for the Undertaker. Oh, sorry. Let me go to my multi-chat. There we go. check Discord. I see you have arrived, but nothing shared yet. Okay, take your time. I'll keep working on this. Damn, they got cool eyes too. They got this streak that goes straight into their eye, and then it like. I wonder if that has to do with, the effect of when people wear eye black in like baseball or football. I wonder if it's similar to that, but the opposite, where they like use it to absorb light or something. Cool patterns on their wings too. There we go. Okay. That, that. Smidgen. Hey, if I could use the tool I want actually, and it wouldn't lag so much that it changes my tool several times back, that'd be sick. That'd be so sick. This program that I pay like $30 a month for, would be awesome. Function proper. Oh, good God. A little like, how cats have like little cones that they collect water in? Kind of got like a little like a lip on it. Okay. Sorry, I don't get notifications on Discord when I'm streaming. There we go. Oh, I thought of a doodle of them kissing but with wedding outfits. I could do that. Sky with the male outfit. Okay, I can do that. Oh, that's very cute. Okay, yeah, I can pull that up. Go. It's very cute. I'm not going to draw if you aren't here. Also, mate draws it. Yeah, I know. Sorry. Sky is cold or serious unless she's around her girly, and then she becomes softer. Oh, well, if I'm just drawing them, then I think they'll be happy and I'm gonna say aloof, but I don't think that's the right word. Open or open? Can I please? Oh, that's why. I didn't have the layer selected. I was like, why is this not going? There we go. I had to get my proportions correct before I continued. Anyway, there's a razor bill, just for fun. Why not? Okay. Um, perspective on it. Let me pull up a wedding outfit. Do you have any particular like dress styles in mind? I know that's a little more serious, but let's do that. Find something. Probably do this. It's not a bad pose. Okay. And I'm gonna pull up Pokemon so I can get a better idea of proportions. Alright, there's Dragonite. Yep. And Flygon. Okay. I'm trying to think. It's usually, I guess it depends. God, I'm throwing shit. I think it's usually the bride on the right side because it's showing off the engagement ring, the wedding ring, the one with the diamond on it. All right. Just gonna do a very rough. Fortunately, Dragonite has a horn on his head, so or I defaulted to he. Dragonites have horns on their head. I don't want to stab your Flygon in the head. Flygon looks very bug-like with these antennae. It's very stout. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put a hand, an engagement ring. Do you have a ring style that you like? Sorry, I'm very into the wedding scene. I'm a wedding photographer on the weekends, so that's important to me. Golly, I would love it if my tools stayed where I want to click them. Okay. Also, how do we feel about top hats for groom? Because I feel like top hat on a groom is sick as hell. I had a groom who had a cape one time at a gay wedding. It was awesome. I gotta go AFK because dinner BRB, throwing stuff and yelling. Classic. Ah, phone died after you joined. That's alright. I appreciate you joining back. I'm doing requests. Just a note, the dot eyes they have are inspired by Adventure Time Roblox. Gotcha. Love Adventure Time, so that's awesome. I can keep that if you want. I can keep that style. One of those tiny top hats with the lace. That'll be fun. Okay, let me find. Let's see. I think this will be fine. Because they've only got. Oh, that'll work. Ish. Um, what ring would a middle finger or would a ring go on if it's only three fingers? Would it go on the middle finger, or would it go on the pointer finger, or would it go on the pinky? Those are your only options if you cut these two off. What are we feeling? Middle? The things you have to consider. Can I request my OCs? Yes, you can. I'd still say middle. Okay, cool. Uh, yes, you can request your OCs. Let me draw that. I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I'm not gonna get super detailed. I'm actually gonna go more this way, so then it's like, yeah, 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 perfect. How does flag on shoulders like down here? Yeah, that'll work. Of the two of them, which would be most likely to be looking at the other if their eyes were closed? I like that smile. It's like smiling, smile's my favorite. Round back. Dragonite. She's a bit bigger. Let's put Dragonite's head. We'll touch snouts. How's that? Also make Dragonite's head a little smidgen bigger. There we go. Now she does have like a roundedness into the back. And then we can do wings down. That. Dragonite's got wings as well. Kind of like vampire wings. Never noticed. That. Um, Dragonite reminds me, the shape of Dragonite anyway, reminds me of Susie from Deltarune. Honestly, I feel like just closed mouth. Uh, like I've not stuck to. We'll go there. There we go. There we go. Do that. There's an interesting balance of roundness for Dragonite's head that I'm trying to capture properly. Let me look. I feel like I have the horn too. Yeah, the horn needs to be on the top of the head. Which, what's the point of the horn then? You know what I mean? Like, why do we got a horn if you don't use that for, like, evolutionarily as an animal? Sorry, I'm thinking too hard about the lore of Pokemon and the implications. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Let's do. Flygon actually has like these rounded fingertips, and then claws. There we go. Rounded tips, and then claw, rounded tip, claw. She got her a nice big ring, of course. That is always a question that I have is like who proposed to who in a scenario where it's not necessarily like gender roles that are common. Um, but I imagine that there's always somebody in the relationship who feels like they need to do it, and maybe the other person also wants that. A lot of pressure on guys to do that, and so I feel like nobody should feel that they have to do that. I think each partner should just kind of talk to the other and be like, "Hey, are we ready to do this? And then, do we want to spend all this money on a ring rather than like our future? You know, I don't know. That's me." Okay, all right. I'm gonna start adding like dress and tux such. But let me check in with chat. I've been distracted. Uh, I can't do Discord because I'm over 100 servers. Some artists require you join the server to request or send in reference for the request. Is there an alternative? I just noticed your camera. Thought it was. I thought you were just a PNG tuber. No, I've got both, just for fun. I like. I spent so much time on my PNG tuber. I was like, I might as well use it. Um, I don't know of any alternative way for you to share that with me other than sharing your socials. That's about it. Yes, you can request Lone Wolvern. I do know Power World. You can choose. I mean, Dragonite can fly stupid fast. She would just headbutt from a better angle. Oh, that's a good point. You were locked in. I was very locked in. Okay, sorry. Yes. How do you share your stuff? Um, that's a good question. Did you send a link? Is that why that's starred out, or did you? Did you say an expletive? Can you draw a chillet with a cake banner with Happy Birthday Kaylee on it? Let me find chillet. Oop, there we go. Oh, that's the cute one. I do like that one. There's some designs that I'm like, this could definitely be a Pokemon. Uh, not to, enforce the lawsuit or anything, but some of them are very cute and pretty well designed. And then there's other ones that are just straight up, this is a Pokemon that they've copied, and then there's other ones that are like, this is not a Pokemon or a Digimon. Yes, I can do that. Send it on Instagram. Okay, cool. I did that because it sent a link. Okay, cool. All right, hold on. I gotta write these down. Let me do. Ooh, do I do a veil? Hold on. What time is it? 4:30. All right, I gotta be able to make all of these work before. I gotta go at 5:30. Got 1 hour, so I can't spend too much time on each of these. All right. I got your Insta. Yeah. All right, who am I drawing? You've got quite a few. All right. Let me finish this up real quick. I'm just gonna draft out the outfits. Do I want to bend Flygon's neck more and make their foreheads touch? I think I do. Then it's more of a like they're pushing against each other. There's like a tension there with their noses, their snoots. I think that's cute. Golly, if my computer cooperates, I'll get all these commissions done. But if not, or these requests, not commissions. Oops, wait, I need that part of the head. There we go. There we go. That's the better part with drawing Pokemon is that there's a little bit more freedom with the accuracy that you're able to do because anatomically they have some flexibility. You know what I mean? We're not as familiar with Pokemon anatomy, so we don't have to worry about. Shit, this is driving me nuts. Actually, I'm gonna do that. It's an implied line where they're touching. Okay. God, this is driving me nuts. Not the drawing. The the app. The app keeps lagging on me. Oh wait. Okay. We'll do a very quick tuxedo. Do a. I can do what are those called? Boutonniere. I gotta prove that I know how to do weddings. That's my job sometimes, is I do the boutonnieres for the guys while we're getting ready for photos. Uh, uh, uh. Go. That. That. I don't know how to do a dress on a flag. I'm gonna be honest. Gonna be real with you. I can do a veil, maybe. I can do like a little tiara. Um, that works really well. Do little sparkles, little pearls, what have you. And then just a little strappy, or do we want a strapless? What are we thinking? There you go. Okay, there is your very rough Flygon Dragonite marriage. Um, if I have time, I can come back and color this, but I have some other people who need requests fulfilled, so we shall see. I'll post these in the Discord too when I'm done. If you wanted to take this and then you can color it yourself. You can choose. Okay, I'll pick. You make the ring gem look like a Pokeball. That's a good point. I could do that. That's it. Is that weird? To make the thing that like captures them and keeps them captive thing. Like I guess it's like a reclamation of, the I don't know. I don't know. It depends on the world that these Pokemon live in. I Choose You is very cute though. If you open, how about a Pokeball box for the ring? I think that's good. Okay. Okay. Um. Okay. I'm gonna do Lone Wolverines real quick. I feel like it'll be easier for me because Chillet is a pretty basic character, and I think that your characters are a little more complicated. Your OCs are a little more complex. So give me a second, and I want to take my time in like picking a good one. So let me do that. Let me do this one with just a brush. I'm just gonna do like the shapes and see how well I can do that. I try and you people never heard of. Closing the goddamn door. Now I don't remember if I do this, if I do the eyedropper, if it'll pick me up. What? Right. Oh, I am getting it. Interesting. Huh. Weird. Okay. 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 What am I doing? I'm doing Chillet. with a cake banner. Let's do it. I think I like. Ooh, I do like. Okay, I'm gonna let you pick the thoughts that are in my head. Either a banner like with two sticks, and it's stretched over the head, happy birthday, or holding a cake, happy birthday, with like a hat. I feel like the banner is gonna be more dynamic. I could have it banner in a cake, but then there's less of the chillet, and that's also more things for me to draw, and I don't want to do that. One or the other, banner, cake. And because I'm your favorite, because you're here all the time, always, I gotta pay it back. I'm envisioning like a this, and then like a snaky body, and like a little like a teeny tiny little hop, like a teeny tiny little, and then like the arms are like this, and then the sticks will go, and then the ears will go like that. It's a little more refined and good. Okay, okay, I'm gonna do the banner. I love it. I love it. I like that. Oh, good lord. If I tap on it, it's probably more likely to stay. Okay. Okay. I need to fix the proportions, I think. I think I need to make the torso longer. I think I'm going to separate the head from the arms. Decapitated. And then I need to see what the tail actually looks like. If there's like flare on it. But I'll look that up in a second. That is not my priority. Actually, these whiskers are about on par with the ears. Yeah. Okay. Now let me grab the colors I need. Okay, not sure why it's black as hell. Color theory. Um, pretty much everything except for like the top part of the back. Let's do this. That more. Hello. Oh, jeez, it's lagging so much. Go. I'll do some jagged, overlap there, here. I like that shape. Okay, let's do this, that. Bu- 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 bu. That shape, that shape. This shade on the tip of the ears. That. That. Okay. Let's do a banner. Let me make the background gray. I'll do a neutral. What like what's their favorite color? I can do whatever. I'm thinking just like a pastel yellow as a default, unless you have a preferred color. Oops, pressing the wrong button. There we go. Okay. Actually did that. I'm gonna cry. You want me to do the Pokeball? Hold on, let me get this color correct first. What? Saturated, I think. Not too much. Let that go. That's too much. There we go. That's what I'm thinking. Pink and white. Okay. I could do a transition. Let's do that. Oh, too pink. Let's do a muted pink. Maybe not pink enough. I don't want to hurt anybody's eyes. Okay, I like that one. And then I'll do a white banner. Just in case I mess it up. that. I'm going to shrink it down just a smidgen so I can make that fully rounded. There we go. Do you trust my handwriting, or would you like to fill it in? I love how chill it is a fusion of Furet. Ah, that's what I was thinking. It's like a. I was trying to think of an ice creature. It's almost like what's that new one? Is it Chin Fu? No, I think I'm confusing that with Cub Fu, and I have it. I have Fang. Chin Fang. It's the ice ferret stoat thing. You know what I mean. I like your handwriting. I don't know if I like my handwriting. What color do we think for the text? Let me do. No, not that. Try to find a brush that's not going to be gross. That'll be fine. All right, I want to make sure I don't misspell their name. Kaylee. I gotta plot this out better. What if I do Kaylee really big? And I scribble happy birthday very small right there. No, let's do. Shrink that down. I'll fit happy birthday across the top. How are we feeling? Needs a heart somewhere. Is a blue heart okay? Perfect. Excellent. Are we sure that this is legible enough? I can make it more legible. Actually, let me draw this banner. Okay. Yes. I can also try and do the eyeball of this creature. The chillet. I like a little smile. Colors are different enough you can read it. Okay. As long as the colors. I was thinking like my handwriting being horrible, but that's okay for you. Adorable. Okay, cool. Then I will post that shortly for you. Oops. I'll get rid of this chillet. Okay, moving on to the OC. Are you still here? Strawberry Legend. I know your phone died earlier. Oh, cool. Now I don't have to leave. Now I have plenty of time for commissions. Sorry, not commissions, requests. My plans got canceled twice tonight. I'm a flexible guy. Oh, let me turn off my alarm. That's gonna go off for no reason. Okay. Yay. Bring back the dragons. Oh, yes, sorry. That one. Yes, there you go. Yeah, I can do a Pokeball ring. Which pen was I using? I was using this one. But that's very small. Not blue. Yeah, I think that's what I was using. Okay. Getting perfectionist. I'll zoom out and let you look at it again. There we go. I don't know if you want to do a second request for both of us, only if you want to, but I could have a very adorbs Sky and little Noibat. Oh, that's cute. Uh, this is optional stuff. Okay, I could have a Noibat in the background. Hey, how's it going? Welcome in. All right. Well, since I have time, I can color this now. Um, if Strawberry Legend, I gotta know that you're here so that I know that I'm doing this and I'm not. If somebody else comes in and they need a request, I got it. You know. Do you want me to add Noibat here? or I can do a different one with Noibat. I still need to think about his name. That's cute. I don't know what a good Noibat name would be. A little Noibat throwing confetti would be cute. Wait, are you the guy that did that sick Pikachu dance animation? I am. That's crazy that you pulled that instead of any of the other stuff that I've done recently. Yes, I am the guy that did the breakdancing Pikachu. Because that one kind of flew under the radar. Which is unfortunate because I put a lot of time into it. But that's okay. I'm not doing it for the fame. I'm doing it because he's cool as hell. Actually, my friend made me. Hold on, since you've brought it up, my friend made me a very specifically crocheted Pikachu with the little. I gave him a Gold's hat just because I always wear a hat. So my friend crocheted that for me, and it's very cute. I keep him on my desk. So cute. I also 3D printed. Let me see if I can find it. I 3D printed. Oh yeah, there he is. I 3D printed a model because I was like, let me make him in 3D just for fun because it's a really. I wanted to work on my posing and I also wanted to work on my 3D animation. So I made a little. I 3D printed a little breakdancing Pikachu. Let's see if it'll focus. The camera's really bad. I gotta do the what's that makeup tutorial hand to get it to focus. Yeah. The hat didn't print well, so I had to print it separately and glue it on, and it's not amazing, but I like the pose. I remember that you streamed it like forever ago. Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'll say that this Noibat's dad, a Noivern, sacrificed himself to save Sky and some other fellows, and that she and Arya would take care of his egg. Oh, that's so cute. Still here. Okay, I'm gonna do your OC real quick then, Drubbery. Uh, Lovely little crochet. Absolutely. Just lurking. Nice. Okay. It's tiny, but I think I can make it out if I squint. Yeah, I made him teeny tiny. Okay, let me pick one of your OCs. And then we'll circle back around. Yes, for anybody new I'm doing requests. Um, if you want me to draw something. But there is a line. We're all in the queue, so. Where did I put that? There it is. Okay. Okay. Ooh, I already have my preference. I might do my favorite. I don't know if I want to tell you outright or if you want to guess which one I'm going to do as I'm drawing it. That could be fun. Oh, that one's cool too. Oh, I like the crossing of the elements, or the, said elements, the typings. Those are cool. These are great. It's also a cool idea to like make specific characters around the Pokemon. Oh, I can't see that one. Okay. Oh, that's fun. Yeah. Yeah, the crossover with the typings. Okay. I'm gonna do mine. I'll just send a doodle of Sky and Arya and their Noibat. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Here, let me zoom out. I'll post this in the Discord again, but I'll zoom out and let you look at this for a second. Um, and then I can decide to do. I'll add some color to it. Um, if if requests die down, or if you, I'll let you pick. If you'd rather I color this, or if you'd rather I work on a different pose. Have you been doing animations? Yes, I have. Currently, I'm working on a couple of different projects. I'm working on a Robot Boy um, animated collab. I'm working on a Toy Story animated collab. I have a personal passion project about my favorite manga that I'm currently reading, which is Tower Dungeon. Highly recommend. And I just put a couple of the panels together and then did some, in between animation stuff to kind of tie them together more, as I would imagine they would for an anime. Um, if they were to pick it up, which I hope they do because it's an amazing story. Um, and I have a Cerulege animation that I'm working on. I need to finish that soon. That's been sitting on the back burner, but I've got commissions. I got stuff going on, so I'm getting there. I'm also trying to do lessons for YouTube, so I need to do that as well. I have my hand script written. I need to record it and actually like sync up visuals to that. That's gonna take a while. There we go. And yeah, how many hands do I owe you? I feel like I've got to chip away at most of them. I got to be done. I got to be almost done. Oh, yeah, there's the bird. Razor Bill. That guy I didn't finish. I spent too much time on his lips. I think I'm done. Awesome. I'll definitely be done after the hands video. Okay. Let me get some water. Thirsty. Okay. I think it's been long enough. Okay. I'm gonna pull up my reference. I do. Nope, that did not work. There we go. Tower Dungeon. Yes, yes, that is the one. Yeah, that one kind of like video game dungeon exploration, but it's got sweet architecture. Oh my god, the architecture is phenomenal. Just breathtaking sweeps of just it, it's amazing how he's able to communicate so much space with a lot of blank, but then just teeny tiny details to just show the sheer scale of the areas. His architecture is phenomenal. Yeah, no, I highly recommend Tower Dungeon to anybody who has not read it already. I'm gonna find. I'm gonna find one without a background. There we go. What else was I gonna say about Tower Dungeon? Also, I love the characters. I love the character development. Very compelling. The creatures, the world, the mystery, the suspense. Like it's all so good, and it fits so well. Like his style fits so well for that grungy, um, like Dark Souls, medieval, like just dirty, barely surviving humanity type of thing. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna let I'm gonna let you guess as to who I'm creating as I'm drawing. Let's go. I'm gonna go general with this. Keep it. Keep it kind of generic. Not generic. Ooh, I gotta think about the pose though. Just based off of this, who do you think it is? I'll do two poses. I'll do two because I have two in mind that I'm like down for. Um, yeah. I think you've probably caught on to who I'm drawing by now. Chat. Thanks a lot for drawing them, by the way. Absolutely, no problem. Absolutely, that's what today's for. Did you know the author actually studied to be an architect? That makes so much sense. His architecture is so phenomenal. And his previous works also have phenomenal architecture. Beloved. Oh, loved how Blame looked. I didn't read Blame. I saw. Is that the one? The only other one that I saw of his was like something about being on the moon, very loosely, and it was just I watched somebody do a YouTube summary of it. I don't remember all the specifics, but that one looked phenomenal too. Yeah. Let me understand real quick though. Did you want to do more with the doodle, like coloring and stuff? Yeah, I can color it if you want, or I can move on and do another commission if you want a different pose. I can do that too. Me just over here, still stuck on Pokemon, not Typhlosion. The space one is Knights of Sidonia. Oh, I gotcha. Okay, that's cool. I love that song. That's the only thing I can think of when I think of that. brush, please. And I okay. Okay. Mm. Why did my alarm go off? I stopped that. Nonsense. It's really unfortunate that I have to now dread changing my tools because it takes forever and I don't know that it's actually going to work. He does have this little teeth lining all the way around. Let's go back over this one. exactly the specifics of your OC. I just want to get the landmarks down before I start adding the accoutrement, you know? The character is what's important, right? There we go. Okay. I prefer the coloring. Okay, yeah, I can color that one. That's cool. Yes, it is Darkrai. Yes, it's Nelly. I was wondering whether you actually wanted to add their little Noibat or not, because not gonna lie, I got half AFK at that point, and I didn't know what you said. Yeah, that's fine. Uh, doing an original character, not the OC. I'm doing Darkrai first, and then I'm going to add the uh the details that make it very specifically your character. I wanted to make sure that I got like the bigger ideas of the character design, and then I was able to refine them from there. Just because I haven't drawn Darkrai in a while, so I just wanted to make sure that I got. Yeah, but I can draw the. I can either do the Noibat and then add color, or I can do like a separate, because you had mentioned like a separate instance or a separate drawing potentially, and I'm not sure. I wasn't sure which one you would prefer. Okay, and then I was gonna do. I'd be done by now if my stupid. It's gonna take forever. the idea of Darkrai with a gun because very specifically he's got like all these wispies that kind of reminded me of um like Gunsmoke. Okay. Those major parts of Jeez. I always draw stars. This would be a lot easier if my computer wasn't lagging to shit. Alrighty, alright. Where are we at? Now that I think about it, I think the second request doodle could be better because if the line art is clean enough on the first doodle, I could try coloring it myself. Second doodle is probably better. Okay, whatever you want to do. Send a second doodle idea. This is pretty mean. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Let me check. See if you sent it. Okay, cool. Ah, feeding berries to the Noibat. Okay, so just Sky. You don't want I'm trying to remember that which one is which. No Aria, just Sky. Okay, I can do that. Okay, let me get the specifics of this character. Any other requests? Because I'm cool to just keep going. It's only 5:30. I've got so much time. Everybody canceled on me. Nobody wants to hang out. I'm just kidding. I hung out with my friends yesterday. Okay. Oh, I just realized I did your exact pose. Hmm. Let me shrink these. I have more room. Okay. Practice drawing guns. Not my forte. middle of your gun, because then you go cross-eyed. Go. Just gonna draw this. Go. All right. I don't want to divert too much from your original design, but I do kind of like the snatched waist. I might do like a hybrid if that's all right. Just something about that for the character design is like really fucking sick. I mean, you do still have that look to him. It's more of the legs that are. I didn't do the legs. And this is just your exact pose. I will move the head up. Room to breathe. He doesn't have a neck, he looks like a pug. That here. And let's see what that looks like without the line work. Thank you for working when I click on you 7 times. If I force it, it works. edge. Got it. Okay. Ooh, I want to do the like the little waistcoat poncho thing. Go. Let's do the poncho. Cool. Okay. Well, that one good. Let's do this one. Okay, cool. I think I'm good with these. All right. Good with that one. We're gonna move on to the next. We're gonna do the Noibat. You just wanted the Noibat with the with Sky. No Aria. Correct? Correct. Crabs. I really like Cowboy Darkrai is sick as hell. I just love Darkrai. That's really the root of that sentiment. Is everybody still here? Did I die? Did my computer shut off? Have I been lost? Not lost like can't find me, but like lost like the show where people like they were dead and didn't know it and nobody could tell them because they were all dead and they were all in purgatory or whatever. Spoilers for a 20-year-old show. Directed by J.J. Abrams, by the way. I didn't even know that was like his first thing, and that's what kicked off his career. And then he got a movie, and then he made. I really love Super 8, but then he made the Star Wars movies, and that was a problem. Anyway, I'm gonna put a lead in my pencil. While I'm thinking of it, ooh, that eraser does not taste good. Anybody out there who's curious if they should eat an eraser today, don't. Not tasty. Probably not good for you either. I can't imagine there's a lot of nutritional value in an eraser. I almost just tried to draw on my drawing pad with my pencil. Okay. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't do the well. I didn't do the burn mark because that requires more of the shading. I wanted to make sure that you know that this is your character, but like can't can't just black out her eye with my pencil, so that would require shading and coloring. What berry? How do we feel about Noibat in a high chair? Actually, uh, eating baby food. What's that? Dragonite is very pear shaped, very bottom heavy. I think. Dominant hand be on top. No, dominant hand. No, I'm feeding with the. Yes, feeding with the dominant hand. Sorry, I'm roughing this out real quick so I can get the. Gotta get the logistics, you know. Make sure that my pose is good. I can do a bottle, or I could do a specific berry. Dragonite feels like a dragon that would exist in the Dragon Tales universe, if that makes sense. I feel like that's the most Dragon Tales coded dragon Pokemon that there is. That, something like that. Horn, top of head. Hurt baby, top of head. Do Dragonite have ears? I don't think they do. No, they don't. Okay, cool. It's the wisps. There's something. I knew I was missing something. Go. That. Smile. That. I'm gonna spread this out. I'm gonna make it bigger so that I can spread it out. Have more room for the arms to then be holding more of the Noibat so that there's more coverage. Down a little bit. So that doesn't matter because I'm going to put a Noibat on top of it. Okay, now I need the Noibat for reference. Okay. Nice. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't give you enough of a chance to look at your commission request. I keep saying commission. I don't know. Nobody's paying me. I'm doing this for fun. Uh, Hopefully you like that. I know it. This one is. I looking back, I was like, this would be a really cool pose. That's the pose that you drew your OC in. I just drew your OC again. But I like this pose back here too. So I didn't trace it or anything. That was just like, this is the pose. When you have a gun, that's the pose you got to make. It's like the cover of several different James Bond movies. I also wanted to have them looking down the barrel, so a little perspective shot. Actually, I didn't draw her, but I created her. Oh, nice. What's this? Oh, this was going to be the next layer. Gotcha. Okay. Who is the artist that drew your all your creatures? Do you commission somebody, or I said creatures, characters? I'm just curious. I'm not trying to take anybody's place. Right, first, let's turn this opacity down. Then let's do that. Ah, okay. So it's like different artists every time. I was just wondering if you had like one person or if you had different people. Is it good? I miss the sprite work. I miss the 2D designs that would be in the guidebooks, and then that would be translated into the pixel art, and I miss that so dearly because the 3D models are ass. They're so boring, and there's no life to them, and they have blank stares. But this little Noibat has so much energy. Oh my god. I don't know if anybody plays Pokemon Sleep, but Pokemon Sleep has 2D art to the Pokemon, and that they're drawing them in several different sleeping poses. Adorable. I very deeply enjoy that game. I don't care about my sleep tracking. I sleep terribly, but I get to catch Pokemon that are so cute and expressive, and they have more life than anything that's in 3D. So I have to play it. It's so cute. I appreciate whoever's doing it because it's like that's like their side project. Like they're not even into Gen. I want to say they haven't even started on Gen 4 Pokemon yet. No, that's not. Oh yeah, they haven't done Gen 4 yet. They just like sprinkle in Pokemon just here and there. And I'm sure that they'll keep up with it. They've been adding Pokemon very slowly, but it takes so much time to get all those Pokemon animated in 2D, and I'm sure this is their side project, and they've got like one guy working on it. Um, but I wish they would focus on it more, just because it's so much more lively and creative, and honestly, just cute. Like if they put more time and effort into it and did more animations and more functions of it, I think they would get more people paying for it. Because there's like a paid thing where you get extra items and you can catch more Pokemon, whatever. I don't pay for anything. I just uh, save up and wait. I'm very patient. I'm more patient than I am desperate, and I'm more poor than I am rich. So I don't buy anything in game. Oh wait, let me put this over here. God, it's so big. Hold on. Let's do that. Actually, I'm gonna draw the Noibat first before I start getting too into the nitty gritty. I like that pose. Sometimes I get rid of a drawing and then I'm like, wait, that's actually amazing. And then I have to go back. I think I want to make one to be more up here. So then it's like, trying to get at it, but I don't want to block the face. I don't know if anybody's seen that video of the baby bat wrapped up in a towel eating. Um, Honestly, that might be what I do, so it's not like blocking itself. I think I might just swaddle it. Um, there's a little baby bat he's in rehab because he got injured or something, like tore his wing or something like that. So they got him wrapped up, and they're feeding him a banana, and he's going absolutely apeshit on the banana. It's the cutest video. Anytime I'm feeling bad, I'm just like, show me the baby bat eating the banana, and that fixes me. And it fixes me. And they've got the mic right up to his mouth, and you can hear him like smacking down on it. And he houses a full banana in like 2 minutes. It's crazy. Like he eats a banana faster than I can. You gotta watch it. I like the baby swaddled. I do need your input to decide if that's correct or not. If you're still here. Sorry, you gotta sleep for a minute. You're you can sleep. You don't have to stay up for this. Yeah, I asked if you need. Are you okay with the baby being swaddled, or do you want me to show the full character model? Because I have him swaddled up. Just because I don't want to have like I want to have him. If I don't swaddle him, I'm gonna have him like reaching for the food, but I don't want to like block his face. I guess I could have the wing just kind of like pulled back. Maybe it's better if he's not swaddled, unless you can somehow do an alt layer with swaddled. Gotcha. Okay. Just checking. Why? Yeah, I can just do that. Noibat lower. Let's see. I have a Noibat. I know that certain Pokemon like certain berries or berry combination. Poffins? Oh, I'm getting too into it. Based on nature. Okay. Okay. So let me find a nature that I use for Noibat. Actually, if somebody has a chart. Ah, here we go. Okay. Hold. Okay. Uh, Let me look up a typing. Because a Noibat would be speed, special attack if I was min-maxing, if I was doing IVs and EVs. Speed, and then I could get rid of probably defense. Mm, Flying is weak to lightning, ice. Yeah, dragon double typing. I would need the special defense. Get rid of the defense. I could do speed up, defense down, hasty. Hasty. Like sweet and sour. Oh, sorry. Like sweet. So let's find a sweet berry. Pecha. Are there any that are crazy good? Oh, yeah. I'll just do Pecha. Yeah, let's just do Pecha berry. Easy enough too. Getting way too involved in my Pokemon lore. Cute. Thank you. Down. But that looks like another fingernail. If I draw the little divider down it like a little butt, it's supposed to be a peach. It's a Pecha. It's a peach. Just say peach. Just say peach. Let's just say peach, shall we? I'm kidding. I think it's cute. I like the naming schemes of the berries. Yeah, we'll do that. There we go. there. There we go. Do the stripes for Dragonites. Fix the mouth a smidge. Okay. Okay. That one's done too. Alrighty. Any other requests? Because otherwise, I think I'm gonna dip out. Oh. 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 Oh, sorry, I just peeked my mic. Anyone? Anyone? Last call for requests before I dip out, and then I'll post all these in the Discord if you want to see them or if you want to download the ones that I did for you. Um, feel free to just use them for color reference, whatever you want. Just checking that. Okie doke. Doesn't look like anybody else wants anything from me, so that's fine. I think I'm back on Friday. Let me check my schedule and make sure that I've got nothing going on. Yeah, I should be good for Friday. Cool. Then I will see you on Friday. Thank you for being here. Don't sound sad about it. Sad about what? Since sound sad about being here? Sound sad about. Thanks for the art. Thanks for hanging out. Absolutely. I'll post that one so that you can get yours to give to your friend. I hope they have a lovely day. Sorry your plans didn't go through. That's alright. That's alright. I'm always flexible when it comes to hanging out. Yeah, that's better. Sad about us not wanting more from you. Oh, I see. Gotcha. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna force people to do stuff if they don't want to. I think everybody left after they got what they needed. But that's alright. Happy to just hang out. I might do this again more often. Maybe I'll do more stuff that's just requests for people like in the Discord. I want to do more like lessons, I guess. I want to do more lessons and stuff. If people have like, hey, how do I make this work? I could do examples of exercises that you can do to practice, or um, very specifics of like I'll do a draw over and say, hey, this is probably a better angle, or this is like go back to anatomy and see if this is more what you're looking for, type of thing. Just helping people out, requests, whatever. Um, just because I feel like character wheel's getting a little stale. I don't know that I can do much more practice with that. I feel like it's very specifically just if I have a character that I want to draw, I just need to practice with that character, and I think I've got a good system down for breaking them down into shapes and stuff, so that I don't really have to, like, every time I draw a new character, I have to do that anyway, so there's no reason to, like, practice that process now that I have a good, like, I have the method down, I think, for breaking it down. Anyway, not that I'm not going to do character wheel ever again, just I think I'd rather do more interesting interactive things because I feel like character wheels a little too far removed, especially with the inconsistency of certain people being able to show up to my schedule, my short schedule, not working with everybody's. So I think I'm gonna start doing more of that. I was quiet for a lot of the last hour because I'm out with my dogs, but I'm always here. I appreciate that. You do character wheel every other week? Yeah, I could do that. Maybe once a month. Yeah, I just want to do more interactive stuff. And I know that that's like the main thing that people look for on YouTube is like, hey, are you doing requests? Yes. Can you please draw this? Sure. As long as it's not like pornographic. Yes. I can do that. And I think it's fun. I want to help people out. So I'll just do that. Fridays I think I'll still probably stick with for community drawing, just because I think that a lot of people enjoy that. And then Mondays I do still want to set aside for the sake of like getting my projects done because I do have so many things that I need to get done. But I'll try and be more productive off stream so that I don't have to subjugate you to my whims. We can do more interactive stuff. There was a lot of people. Yeah, there've been a lot of people doing that. But I figured why not feed into it a little bit? Can't hurt as long as it's nothing obscene. So yeah, anyway, I think that's all I got for today. I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hopefully you learned something today. If you didn't, you will next time, so tune in then. Bye!